Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. So I have a question for you. How are you feeling? And I mean like really feeling. I don't need you to sugarcoat it or pretend you're happy on my account. Because here's a little secret. I used to say, oh, I'm amazing. I'm fabulous. And I like over dramatically share that with people when people ask, how are you doing? Because it was a time in my life when I just came across the law of attraction and how when you're happy and positive, you bring things in. And that is true and it's beautiful and I love it. However, if you're not feeling good and you're miserable and you're pretending not to be, it can come around to bite you in the butt long term. And I say that with so much love. Because here I am, I'm like, I'm amazing, I'm fabulous. And I was miserable. I was pretending to be happy when I wasn't. And I didn't share it with anybody. Now, I'm not saying you need to fake, like, I don't need you to show up real to everybody. Now, there's a time and place sometimes, but to be honest with yourself and with others, you don't have to fake happy because there's a real solution. You don't need to fake it because you can move through whatever you're feeling. But if you don't address it and if you don't acknowledge it, you can't change it. So here's the thing. Like, I can have some really amazing days now. Like, where I can say, like, I am amazing and I'm not lying or faking it. But on the days that I'm like, I'm feeling kind of draggy or I'm not feeling great, I will share with my husband or a couple of friends that I talk to at the school when I pick up the kids. Like, I'll be honest. Not negatively honest, right? Like, oh, blah, blah, like complaining. I will be honest with upbeat honest, right? Like, oh, it's been like a day. Nothing's been working. Like, I'm trying to work on it kind of thing. Trying to refocus and center so I can have a better afternoon kind of thing. But I'm honest with myself. And if the moment strikes with others, the most important thing is that we're honest with ourselves. Because we can't change what we don't acknowledge and what we are not aware of. So first, it's understanding how we're feeling or what we're feeling so we can move through that. So it's being open and honest with yourself and how you're feeling. The other thing you can do is journal your feelings so they can get out on the page. So you don't have to share them with anybody else, but journal to yourself about how you're feeling and be open and honest. Yes, it's really good when we're having fun, when we're happy, when we're energetic, we draw amazingness into our lives. However, if we're faking it, we're not actually really amazing. Like, the fake it till you make it, honestly, at least in my opinion, does not work. Or it might work short term, but it comes back at you. So, if pretending to be happy when you're not feeling happy, if that doesn't work long term, then what else can you do instead of, faking it till you can make it? Other than journaling and getting those feelings down or talking to somebody you love. One of a beautiful thing that I've done and used, still use actually, is using gratitude. And I know I've shared it here before. And it's just looking for things in your life that you can like. And maybe even get to the point where you love. And I'm not going to go into crazy details because I have done this in the past of talking about gratitude. Where there was a point in my life that I was so miserable that I hated my life so much. And I was just like, I could barely wake up in the morning to go to work. But when I did, I looked at the mirror and I just started looking for things. Like my eyes, that I can see, that I have hands and that I can walk. And I really was scraping the bottom of the barrel. However, reaching for those things that were there in my life allowed me to look for more things that I loved in my life. And then when you start having those feelings of love in your life, you feel good and you start bringing in those amazing, awesome opportunities into your life. So like I was talking about before with the law of attraction, where I was faking it till I wasn't, and it was just not working for me because I felt like, well, if I am in a positive vibration, positive things will come my way. And you can't fake it with the universe, in my opinion. It knows when you're miserable, and you're just faking it. So I started practicing gratitude. So it's waking up in the morning, being grateful. And I'm not the biggest morning person. Anybody that knows me knows I am not a morning person. So I actually do more gratitude at night. Some people write in their journals. And when my kids were young, like doing that just seemed insane because I had so many other things going on. And even now, I don't always journal at night. However, it's thinking about those things that you're grateful for. Even just thinking about them makes you feel good. It puts on those feel good vibrations, and it makes you feel happier. You can even, if you're paying attention, you might even have a smile on your face when you're thinking about it because it brings that feel good, awesome back into your body. When something in your life might not be going well, you can always find something to be grateful for. Being alive is a really good thing to be grateful for. Another thing that really helps you shift from not feeling happy about your life is mindfulness. So practicing mindfulness, slowing down while you eat. And I talked about this already as well, but I want to share about faking your happy feelings because I've been there and it doesn't feel good because everybody else around you thinks you're happy and you're fabulous, but deep down you're not. However, you can shift it. You can change. You can make a change. You can make a shift between writing down your feelings, sharing your feelings with somebody you trust, practicing gratitude, and again, practicing mindfulness. So it's slowing down and becoming more mindful of how you start your day. Eating, you can slow down and be mindful, practice mindful eating, mindful working out, or going for a mindful walk. There is endless possibilities to practicing mindfulness, and it's just slowing it down. Because here's the thing, we get so busy and we can forget to do these things for one, but we can also become busy because we don't want to look at the things that are upsetting us. So that's one of the reasons why faking it until we feel happy for real isn't really good, because underneath the surface, there's a lot going on. And I'm not saying you have to stay in the past and figure it all out. However, sometimes that's what we need a little shift in. I know one of the biggest times I've grown as a person was when I finally started healing parts of my past. So that's another thing. And that can be trickier to do on your own. That's what I do with my clients. I help them and guide them through the healing process because it can be intense at times. And it's nice to lean on somebody and talk and work through it with other people in a group setting or one-on-one. But there's so many things out there. So if you're finding that you're feeling not great, but you want to feel good, because I feel like everybody wants to feel good, right? I think, yeah, I know I do. However, faking it does not help in my opinion, in my experience, really. And so it's little things you can do every day. And that's where mindfulness comes in too, right? It's just, where are you doing things that maybe aren't helping you towards a path of happiness or even joy and love? Maybe it's waking up in the morning and jumping right onto social media. For me, that's a no-go anymore. I used to do it. I will be honest. I do check my email. I will tell you that. I do check my email sometimes. I have been trying to get better at that as well. But it's paying attention to how you feel when you do these activities. Because there's nothing wrong with looking at social media. There's nothing wrong with checking your email. It's being mindful of how you're feeling in that moment of process, in that process of doing that thing, right? And so social media, maybe you're comparing yourself to other people on there, or maybe you're just like, oh, I'm not good enough. I haven't reached that point yet. comparing ourselves to others is not a great way to start our day. And I believe I've talked about this before, comparing, because that was a huge part in my life too, is always having to compare my life to others. So if I haven't, I'll look back and I'll definitely do an episode on that at some point, because I think it's really important that we live our lives on our terms, doing what we love to do and not looking at this other thing, because what we see on people's social media or even what we see on the surface of other people's lives aren't necessarily how they feel about their life, right? We share our awesome moments. And I do tend to share some of my frustrating moments too. I really try nowadays. But I remember there was a day where it's just like, I don't want to say I was bragging, but it's just like, oh, this is so awesome. And I would just post it. And then you don't post your hard days all the time, right? Because we all have hard days. We all have struggles and challenges. So it's about giving yourself a hug, feeling your feelings and moving through them instead of living in them. Okay? Feel your feelings, let them go, but don't live in them. They're not there to run your life. They're there to teach you where you need to grow, what you really need in this moment. So when you're frustrated or angry, it's like, what do you need in that moment? Now, I have shared, I believe, with this, is like I had some major anger, crazy going on around my period. Some serious PMS, serious. And I was doing everything I thought I needed to do. Meditate, yoga, take care of me, eating healthy again, like just all those things. I was missing a component. And it was working out. So getting sweaty and really giving my body a good sweat every day and building muscle and strength again and losing a few pounds. Okay, a lot more pounds. So, getting mentally fit, but physically fit, and then spiritually, let's even say spiritually fit. Anyway, so focusing on all areas. It's not just a one thing or, I've talked about this with balance and things like that too. It's not a one or all kind of thing. So if I stress you out about saying healing your past, and you're like, oh boy, I don't want to go there. It's just even being aware of those feelings that you don't want to go there and be like, okay, I'm not ready yet. And that's okay. We are all living our own personal journey. So what I do will be different than what you do. And what you do will be different from somebody else. And it's just realizing that we're all on this beautiful, amazing planet, living and enjoying, hopefully to the best of our abilities, and experiencing and growing along the way. Trying new things, figuring out if it's for us or not. Keep some information, leave some information behind. And, it took me so long to even follow my own path. I remember, just trying to do things a certain way in my business. I would follow other coaches and it was not for me, their formula, like how they live their life and how they coach, or even how they, spend so many hours in their day doing things. And I had to really find this fun balance. When we know we are awesome, we can do amazing things in our lives. We can start looking at things differently. We can start taking steps towards a happier, more joyful, peaceful life. And of course, not every day is going to look great. I remember, let's go back to comparing for a second, because I feel like I jumped too far ahead there. I remember even comparing myself to coaches that were in the industry for 20, 25 plus years, some of them, even 15, when I was just starting out. So comparing ourselves to others, or even people in the same industry, or, it could be even a coworker or a sibling, can really, really bring us down. So if you're in that comparing mode, try to go more inward. And to do this, it's again journaling. Write it down. Why? Why do you want their life so bad? Or why do you envy their life so much? It will give you a hint of what you want more of in your life, for one. Most likely. Maybe not, though. And it will just help you get those feelings out on the page. Because when we hold it in our bodies, that's when we get sick. So when we hold things in and we don't talk about it, and you don't even have to talk to, like, you can just journal as well. Like, I shouldn't say just journal. Journal is, if you have never journaled before, I really highly encourage you to journal. It is a really amazing tool to help you connect. And you don't even have to do it daily. Honestly, I don't. A part of me would love to do it more often. It's like, this is this thing I should do. But it's like, why do I think it's this thing I should do? However, I know it's a tool that is there for me when I need it. So when I'm feeling frustrated, I actually honestly, though, do want to incorporate it more into my life. It's just like, if I did every tool that I love to help me on my self-love journey, I wouldn't be doing anything else but that. So it's picking and choosing what works for me each day and what I need at that time. Maybe you're different and you have like, I need to do this, this, and this in the morning, and then this, this, and this. And I've been there too. And now I have certain things I do every day. And then I have things that will be used when needed. So I hope this helps. I want you to know that I'm here for you, whatever you're feeling. So if you are actually feeling amazing right now and like just awesome, I am celebrating you and your awesomeness. If you are not feeling awesome, I am still there for you, for a shoulder to lean on, or for you to, just hang out with. And I'm here for you. We all have things going on. We all have feelings, strong or not. And that's okay. I have this thing that I do with my monthly newsletter for my community. And when I was asking them how I was doing and stuff, it landed there. And this is the one that came, so I have this. If you've been following me on Facebook, I used to put them there too. I haven't been very on social media. That's a whole other topic where, it's doing things you love. Well, unfortunately, social media is not the biggest thing I love. I'm going to try and get back there with love. But right now I find it as a frustrating tool. So I will get there, hopefully. But anyways, so I had these love your future self notes. And this is the one I put in the newsletter when I was asking my community how they're doing in a newsletter a while back. And I feel like it's fitting for this episode. So here it is. You are on this incredible journey. Enjoy the ride. Love your future self. We are on this incredible journey. So if you're not feeling good, that's okay. That's where you are. Reach for tools. Reach to people that can support you. Give yourself a hug. And know that this day will get better, or this week or month, little by little, day by day. Practice gratitude. Practice mindfulness. Journal. Reach out to a good friend that you can trust and talk to, or a coach or another mentor. Whatever feels right to you. Because you matter. And if you're going through something, I really encourage you to email me, reach out. I'd love to share topics that you're going through. Because here's the thing, if you're going through something, the chances are other people are going through it as well. So sharing what you're going through will also help others along the way, and there's strength in numbers. So if you feel called to share and let me know what's going on, please do so. Reach out and email me, because I would love to help you on your journey. I'm here for you. I'm sending you so much love today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.